Okay, we are going to go into a room of hurt. This this is where it really like got weird, but it hurt it at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that's not what I was pushing for, but that's what actually came out. But anyways, dealing with everything that happened in, St. Louis, discovering that people really close to me that I raised and all that actually turned against me in a very dark way. You wouldn't believe it, right? Wow, it was really heartbreaking. But out of it all, I stayed and I battled and I relocated everybody. So as we relocated, you know what I'm saying, I'm thinking that it's all over with, that we done finally got rid of the boogeyman or whatever, right? And all I can remember is that these was my little girls at one point. They was my little girls. I never even got I never even grasped that my little girl was in position more than I ever was in a lifetime. And it kind of like, it never sunk in. And so I'm like, you did all the things that I come to understand. I mean, I don't even know why my hair ain't white or gray. There's some things that make your hair turn white, dude. A lot of people go through this as parents. I know, my family just ain't no better. A lot of parents go through this. Even some of the, important people go through this. But it's like the Garden of Eden. See, that snake got to the female because this girl was young. This was a little, Adam was way older. He made Adam first. And after making all the creatures and all that stuff of the world, you know how long that took? Then he named them all and all this other stuff. You know how long all that took? Everybody, Adam was very old when God decided to make him a woman. And this is how the snake manipulates mostly every household when it comes to manipulating somebody. They go after the youngest, just like in the wild. The wild, they go after the smallest or the weakest most of the time. But I was a drill sergeant, and I drilled my kids about things a lot. And the snake came in and told my kids that they didn't have to listen and yada, yada, yada. Boy, it was a big-ass battle. I was put out. I was left out. And, man, before you knew it, bro, I get them out of St. Louis. And out of all that stuff that I come to find out about my kid and everything, I overlooked it. And I'm like, you know what? Let me try to reunite with this little girl and try to bring back movie night. You know what I'm saying? We sat down and watched movies and all that shit. And so I'm trying to talk to her. This little girl got managed, rolled her eyes at me. And I do a military move on her. And I didn't expect for it to come out like that. Because, I mean, I've been giving this girl push-ups and all that type of stuff when she was a baby and everything. I didn't expect for it to come out like that, but it did. And I'm like, damn. But I was seriously trying to open up and try to bring her back to the little girl that I knew. I mean, the girl was number 10 years old or whatever, dog, 11 years old, bro. And I'm talking about more position than than my whole life. It's heartbreaking, bro, but I do a military move on her, and I heard of her. And I'm like, why did I do that? I didn't think it was gonna come out like that. So I can't go to a ballroom or just go out somewhere I don't even know the area like talking about it. And I was broke down to my last when it comes to supporting myself. No job, nobody wouldn't hire me nowhere. And everybody seriously treated me like a bum. Trying to preach and beg people to understand what's going on, and I don't know what's going on. And this was a very dark time in my life. I'm drinking and everything, trying to relax, because I'm serious, bro. I finally got them away from the boogeyman, I thought. And before I went to go unite with her, we was there a couple of days, and the boogeyman actually followed us. And right in the backyard, in the damn shed, grown ass man. And I'm like, a bunch of them, man. I can't catch him. I can't never catch none of these motherfuckers, man. But as I'm cutting grass and I'm going in the shade, I'm trying to look at how I'm gonna build my shade and everything. I'm looking at condoms and all this other shit, blood and all this other shit. I'm like, hold up, that wasn't all out there. It's a dirty ass mattress and shit. Like this motherfucker. So that's when I try to reunite with her, and she got managed with me, and I militaried her ass. So as I get drunk and everything, bro, and I'm like trying to forgive myself for what I just did, I go back to try to apologize, but I don't know how to apologize for what I just did or whatever. I heard of that. I try to do a father-daughter thing that we used to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's going to go out the way I go, but I don't know. I try to give her like one of those wet willies, like, in her ear. It must didn't come out right. Because she like, oh, God, this man is sticking his tongue in my ear. But in a gross way, not like, a fun kid with like, daddy, you know what I'm saying? Like, giggle, stop. Ew, stop it here, It didn't come out right. And I'm like, So then I try another way. I say, I'm going to try to embrace her. Try to embrace her in an adult way now, to see if I can touch her. You know what I'm saying? So I calls her in the backyard, in the shed, where I know it's going down there, right? And I'm trying to get in close to her to give her a hug and be like, baby, you're more than this, baby, talk to me, And before you know it, this hairy ass kid of mine that I changed diapers and all this other shit, bro, stinking ass. This mother pushes me away and want to tell me, no, daddy, God will send you somebody. I'm talking about. And before you knew it, I'm the pedophile. Come to find out, And I don't explain myself to nobody, especially when all this shit that just happened to me, and I told all y'all about this shit. All y'all know about this shit just about. Nobody ain't telling me shit like I'm supposed to. I'm about to get killed by this shit and all this shit. And you mean to tell me I'm trying to embrace this little girl and bring her back to reality to let her know that, hey, bro, there's diseases out there. And I probably was too late. Because most of the motherfuckers that was running around in the loop had AIDS. And so here it is, you dig what I'm saying? I'm like, I can't believe it. Out of all the shit that I told them about having sex with adults and don't, if somebody ever touch or play with y'all, tell me, and all that shit, nothing. Out of all that training. My kids are out here somewhere. I don't even know if all my family knows the house. But it's all good. The darkest things that I had to ever go through, bro, was watching my little girl, her shorts. Her shorts was full of blood. One day, I went to go and do laundry, and somehow her clothes got into mine. I don't know if it was put there on purpose to make me see that they tearing my damn daughter up. One thing about it is this. Every dog got their day. And, you know, it's just a damn shame. Why do I share this? I mean, being ashamed is out the door. Being ashamed of this is out the door. This happens to a lot of people. I'm here to kill it. I mean, a lot of people share what has happened to them as children and stuff. People who did not want this stuff. You cannot take love. It has to be given. And to trick them while they're young and dumb like the snake did with Eve that's the same as taking. You taking it. I did not practice this shit. I did not teach my kids that shit. I told them the opposite. We were supposed to be a family of truck drivers. That's what I was set out to do. I was going to learn that road. I bought my own truck. I got injured. But I was trying to get everybody in the mix of it. Me and my wife knew how to drive trucks. I taught her. I was like, come get your CDL. You mean you stay on the road, the truck will never end. The truck will never stop running. By the time these kids grow up to be teenagers and go to college, bro, we'll be prosper like big time. If anything fails, we got them with the company. It's supposed to be a company deal, a family deal. Yeah, I had my own company, own rights and all that. All that shit went down the drain when I got injured. Well, it was already wicked before I even got injured. Because I'm on the road 3 weeks at a time, bro. Could you imagine what this girl was doing? Nothing was ever good out of this, bro. Besides the children that I had. And out of the bitter end of it all, I still love them. So, there. One,